G'day. I'll try again for those non-Australians. G'day. Excellent. It's good to be with you, and congratulations to you all, because you're now well on the path to becoming the person who is an expert in all things Rotary. Yes, soon you'll be a past district governor. But before then, you are undertaking one of the most important tasks in all of Rotary. Directors and trustees can set policy, but much of the best work of Rotary, and you know it, is done at club level. And who will the club Rotarians of 2023-24 look to for inspiration, for advice, and for leadership? No pressure, but in your district, the answer is you. The challenge is exciting, but it can be daunting. And my friend, President-elect Gordon, is counting on each and every one of you to quote the theme of the last Scot to be President of Rotary International: "The future of Rotary is in your hands." No pressure. Now, we know that you'll give it everything you've got. I hear one yes, which is really good. The rest of you are asleep, but let's not dwell on that. Yeah. But I want to encourage you to ensure you maintain a reasonable work-life balance when you're district governor. Because, and I'm astonished that as a past RI President I'm the one that's saying this, there really is more to life than Rotary. Seeing how much time I've spent on Rotary over nearly 50 years, our daughter Jill used to call it Rotarama, that had taken over my life. And my wife, past District Governor Juliet, once described Rotary as a very hungry monster that will consume every hour of the day, if you let it. So, what about your family and friends? What about your vocation or business activities? What about other hobbies and interests? Priorities will change for you next year because being DG is a significant job, but keep it in perspective. Your Rotary friends all want you to succeed in the role and, more importantly, to enjoy it. Our great organisation will not be enhanced by you working yourself into the ground to the detriment of your physical and mental well-being. So, what can you do to guard against this? Here are my suggestions. Set aside time for regular exercise, which can help you. That was the end of mine, because it can help you maintain energy and enthusiasm. Make sure you keep contact with friends, especially those outside Rotary. Put time in your diary for family and stick to it. Everything from reading stories with children and grandchildren to Sunday lunches, birthday celebrations. Family and friends are so critically important. Concentrate on those things you can change, and don't waste time on those that you can't. District committees are very useful, so choose members carefully and be comfortable in delegating to them. You can't do everything yourself, and frankly, you'd be foolish to try. Make sure you have trusted advisors to whom you can turn for help and honest and frank comment. This will shock you, but you are not the reservoir of all knowledge. And those who've been before you certainly can help. So let me tell you a quick story. Way back in 1999, yes, last century, when I was in your position, I came away from the International Assembly all fired up, and I urgently wanted to finish allocating positions and people in my district committees. In my naivety, I presumed that I would simply contact people, ask them to accept a committee role, and they would agree. Astonishingly, some people actually said no. Now, this was in the days before I understood Excel spreadsheets, so I had a large whiteboard, a humongous whiteboard, showing committee positions and names. And I had gaps, many gaps. Starting to panic, I rang my predecessor, the current district governor, and he said, "Never will I forget, I'm coming to see you right now." And I was delighted and relieved when he came walking down the driveway with another recent past district governor. They looked at the vacancies and asked if I'd considered Rotarian A or B or C for the various roles. Of course I hadn't, because I didn't know A or B or C. So I rang everyone they suggested, and in about an hour or so, the chart was finished. So what did this demonstrate? Well, firstly, past experience is very useful. And secondly, as district governor-elect, I didn't yet know everything about my district. The same may apply to you. Now, things will go wrong. And when they do, I ask you to please try to maintain your sense of humour and your perspective. Now, President-elect Gordon quoted the poet Maya Angelou earlier this week. Let me do the same. She said, "I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it." Wise words. My friends, when you're district governor, the Rotarians in your district will look to you as an example of Rotary leadership. After all, leadership and personal development are two of the many benefits of being a member of the Rotary family. And that's why it's important that you demonstrate this in your relationship with the members in your district. And if you provide the example of looking after yourself and staying calm but enthusiastic as you carry out your leadership responsibilities, your club Rotarians, and especially the presidents and other leaders in the clubs, will want to do the same. That will enhance their effectiveness in serving their communities, so everybody wins. Now, resilience is important, but so is perspective. Another quote, Sharon Salzberg, she said, "Resilience is based on compassion for ourselves as well as compassion for others." In my opinion, above everything else, it is critical that you demonstrate that you're enjoying the role of district leader. It may surprise you to know that in some parts of the Rotary world, districts actually have trouble getting Rotarians to apply for the position of district governor. Possibly Rotarians in those areas think that the job is so difficult and demands so much time that you have to be retired from your career to even consider doing it. That shouldn't be the case. I hope you can demonstrate that when you are well organised, well prepared, and willing to delegate, being district governor is an enjoyable experience and a great chance to make a real difference. What a great theme, Jennifer. Real difference in your community. I do wish you well for an exciting and rewarding time in the year ahead. Sincerely, good luck.